Not allowed to.
Are we live? Are we live? We're live? Are we live? I don't know what's
Hey guys, and welcome to Anime Super Chat.
Hi guys, welcome to
Unbelievable.
that hashtag show's Anime Super Chat. I'm Darrel.
I'm Erni.
I don't need to introduce myself. You guys know who I am.
I don't even know what's happening right now. All right,
I'm your senpai.
so
This is such a cool.
isn't that cool?
It's supposed to be a can, but then again, it's plastic. We can't show you the logo, but it's cool. It's a cool bottle.
Oh, we can't show the logo.
I don't
Okay.
know if we can or not.
It's Monster.
I don't care.
It's basically
You're not supposed to say it on camera.
It's a monster of a drink.
it's basically Gatorade.
Hey.
That's essentially what this is.
So now that we're live, all right,
Anyway,
guys.
all right.
welcome, hi people in chat.
So yeah, hi everybody, what's up? Really quick for everyone in chat, what are some animes that got you into anime? Let's start off with that. While everyone's typing that, how has your guys' week been going?
Good.
Jasmin, how was yours?
Good. Yeah, it's been good. It's been crazy busy.
You've been streaming this week, right?
I'm on 3 shows. So I'm on this show, and I'm on video games with Kelly, and I'm doing Disney. I'm doing a Disney segment, which is on tomorrow on hashtag shows YouTube.
It's so good.
We put a lot of effort. It takes a lot of work, and we've just like upped our team because
Yeah.
it is way too much work for like just me and Myra.
Yeah.
So I've just been busy. I need a new anime to watch, so I'm excited for this show because
Yes.
I really want a new anime. I finished Handmaid's Tale on Hulu, which is not anime. Sorry.
What is it?
A Handmaid's Tale.
Oh.
It's based on a book, and
I've heard about that. Okay.
yeah. So it actually really hits home right now for people living in the United States, which is most of us. Abigail does not include you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're in the chat, but it's essentially like it's scary because it kind of looks like what the direction Trump's going to take,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very interesting. And I just started watching. You're gonna love me for this. I just started watching The Flash. So yeah. I just started watching The Flash. It's so good.
I got Flash members in here
I don't
too.
know. I don't know if anyone.
Ryan's here. Ryan, tell her how amazing
I
it is.
watched The Flash. Yeah, you know what? I just finished
Yeah.
episode 3. And our episode 4, essentially what just happened is
Please don't tell me you're still on
the
season 1.
blonde chick. I am. I just started yesterday.
You're supposed to like flash through
Bruh.
them.
Between that, I'm trying to create an overlay. I'm trying to do more Twitch streaming because that's what people are requesting. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Trust me. My best friend's on my ass too. He's like, "Can you finish Flash already? You have till Sunday to finish season 1." And I'm like, so that's me. That's me so far. What about you guys? What's been going on with you?
What's up with you?
I started this challenge that my coworker brought
Yes,
up.
he
JT,
has.
As an eating cookie.
and it's called the 90-day straight edge challenge.
Straight
So
edge.
that's 90
Straight
days
edge.
of every single day consecutively I have to do workouts, and apart from that, none of my vices. So no drinking, no smoking, and no sex. And
Smoking includes like
like-
tobacco and other products.
Yeah.
Like,
and other products.
Recreational?
I'm allowed to vape one day out of the week.
I've been doing this my whole
Your
life,
day?
just minus the working out.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's a nerd's life. It's a nerd's life, basically.
What's
that supposed to
it's
mean?
not that deep. I'm calling you a nerd. Right? I'm calling you a nerd. It's not that
comment
hard.
for
It's
myself.
not that hard for most people, but for others, it's like once you have built up a vice,
Yeah.
then like it's
It
kind of
becomes
like,
part of your routine.
Yeah.
And your go-to.
So, I'm gonna be grumpy. Don't put me on a show with Daniel. I will choke him out.
Really?
Daniel knows how to push my buttons. So if I'm like on a
Daniel's so nice to
tobacco
me.
withdrawal,
Yeah.
Really?
I will choke Daniel. Like he was
That's so
there the
funny.
first time I quit cigarettes, and like he pissed me off so bad I choked him. Like, and it was during the Flash too. Oh, it was during the Flash.
How was your week? You've been working a lot.
I've been working a
You've
lot.
been working a lot.
I've been running around doing recordings and auditions.
I love
and
JD.
all sorts of stuff. Ernie, sorry for your right hand. I don't even want to know.
He's left-handed, so I don't know what you're talking about. Just kidding.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff like video games and whatnot, and hopefully I'll be able to talk about that soon because it eats away at me knowing that I
It eats away that you're in Kingdom Hearts and you can't tell me.
I'm not in Kingdom Hearts. That's gonna get me in trouble, Ernie.
You see, you just confirmed it, right?
No, because I'm not. Anyway, okay, so starter anime, right?
Wow.
So I've been reading a lot of stuff. People have been saying Voltron, Avatar, what is it? Ronin
Those
Warriors.
are all not really anime. Kind of.
Voltron,
No,
technically.
Voltron is not anime. Voltron, okay. Voltron goes under the same category Avatar does.
No, it doesn't.
It really does.
American,
No.
because it's
American cartoon with a touch of anime style.
That's what I mean. Do you know where it comes from?
Voltron?
Go Lion.
I know, but the Voltron that we have right now on Netflix?
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant that Voltron.
No,
Okay,
original Voltron.
The original Voltron.
Okay, because that one, the one on Netflix, everyone's going crazy
we gotta be
You know what I'm talking about, though,
I guess
right?
we gotta be specific.
Yeah,
But there's some great animes on Netflix that are Netflix original.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying that it's in this weird anomaly of a category where Avatar
That's what I mean.
and Korra is in that same, and Samurai Jack, where they're not really anime.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Is Pokemon anime?
But that's what
Yes, because it came out of Japan.
I'm gonna talk about that exactly.
Super Americanized, but it's like saying Sailor Moon on Toonami.
It's not really
No,
Americanized.
it's not anime. It is anime.
Then what about Digimon?
I'll get to that.
Was that in Japan or just did it originate from Japan?
No, yeah.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That's
So-
why I'm asking you.
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, so like we have a lot of stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh and Digimon. Where is it? Ronin Warriors. Have you guys watched Ronin Warriors?
No, it sounds familiar.
It was a
I've
Toonami
never
show.
watched
It was really cool. DBZ, Naruto. You can't say Gatorade.
Gatorade.
But yeah, we have a lot of like really cool like starter anime. So without
Samurai Pizza Cats. What is that?
Oh, it's Mike's. I think it's Mike's favorite. He was telling me a little bit about it. Mike, you should totally tell us a little bit about what Samurai Pizza Cats is in the chat, so you can tell everybody.
So
What was your starter animes? What was your starter anime?
my starting anime.
So what was the first anime you watched, and then what was the anime that you like once you were into anime? You picked, because usually your first anime is not.
Okay, wait, hold up a second though. Now, is this the first anime that made you aware of anime, or just the first anime you experienced? Because
there's a huge difference.
Because then mine would be Dragon Ball.
And then
but I didn't know
afterwards,
anime.
what's the anime you chose once you knew what anime was?
When
So
I
like
knew
three
anime.
different things.
When you had access
What
to
did
like
you
the
do to
DVDs or the
anime?
internet, like what did you search up? And that's the
Yes.
thing I don't know actually.
I know.
Okay, go ahead.
It opened my eyes.
What opened your eyes?
The
gotta say what
first
it was.
one I saw without knowing was Dragon Ball. Of course, I told you my Mexico story.
Yeah.
Where I thought it was a Mexican
Dragon
cartoon.
Ball's huge overseas.
So after that, I'm pretty sure it was when I first got Netflix, and I think it was like the first anime they popped in there, and it was Girls Bravo.
Yeah, I've never watched it, but I've heard so many things.
It was and the thing is, it
That's
was
the one you
weird.
chose on your own?
It had ecchi. It was kind of ecchi, but the thing is, it had a really good story. And that one, I saw it. I was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "That's a really
So you
cute
chose
girl."
that one. Okay,
I chose to
then
watch it, and that's when I realized what anime was.
Okay, and then after that, what was the anime you chose right after that? We'll define a little bit
I
of who
can't
you
even
are.
like remember. Oh, man.
I have mine.
I am a lost. Well, I'll start with yours.
So the very first anime I ever experienced and not knowing what anime was Sailor Moon. Of
Okay.
course. Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball at the same time. Because it was Toonami and that's what was on, and I love both of them. Even though Dragon Ball confused the hell out of me. Because I didn't know as a kid that the matches, like the battles lasted 3 episodes.
Right.
And so I thought I was rewatching the same one. Because, it was hard. It was, and I was just like, I'm so lost,
Yeah.
But Sailor Moon definitely just, wow, like took... Like, I was in love. But that's when I was a kid, and I did not watch anime for a good portion of, 10 years.
Right.
Like, throughout, late middle school, high school, and college, I barely watched
This is
anime.
a lot of, your anime exposure is the show, essentially, now.
Yeah, so prior to this, maybe, 5 years ago, when I started watching anime in my, early 20s. And then the first anime I watched, again, that got me back into anime was, I think, Full Metal. Full Metal Alchemist? Yes.
Full Metal Alchemist? Regular or Brotherhood?
I think Origins.
Origins.
The one where they really draw out Nina and Alexander. What happened with that? Because in Brotherhood, I think it was only one episode.
Yeah,
in Origins,
it was
4. There was a build-up.
There was
to
a
it.
big thing, yeah.
Yeah, so Full Metal was what got me back into anime. And the anime I chose after watching Full Metal was Cowboy Bebop. And that one I feel like, and we'll get back to that later, I don't think, I've seen some people trying to watch Cowboy Bebop now, and they haven't. and they're not liking it.
Well, I'll probably like it.
I know.
but-
I clicked unfriend. I'm just kidding. Some of them like legit. My friend wrote that status. I was like, I'd like screenshot the unfriend. No. That is blasphemous.
So for me, I don't even remember what my first one was. It had to have been something that was either on like Kids WB or Fox Kids or something like that.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Your first exposure to it or your first awareness
It has to
of
be
it?
Digimon.
Exposure to it. It wasn't. I came into contact with Pokemon first. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
Digimon, I just liked a hell of a lot more. But I don't know. I think my first exposure might have been Pokemon. Without knowing what it really was.
I wanted Pokemon so badly, and it wasn't on the channels that we had, that I legit, my parents, like, whenever I did well in school, we would go to Best Buy, and we would buy a VHS tape of Pokemon, and it had 3 episodes on it, and we would rewind the Poke Rap all the time. Dude, I got that unlocked.
Do you know?
I rap that Poke Rap like it's the back of my hand.
Hold up.
I got you.
Do you know the first verse? Come on.
Oh, shit.
Oh, the Pokemon?
I'll start you off. Electro, Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey.
No, I can't know!
I used to know this by heart.
I used to know this by heart!
Electro, Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Tap, Fearow, Pidgey, Sea King, Jolteon, Dragonite, Ghastly, Ponyta, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Butterfree. Get them, gotta get them all. Pokemon.
Wow.
That's what happens when
Okay,
you have way
I know
too
the
much free
Pokemon
time.
intro, though. There we go. I know the Pokemon intro. The rap I need to.
Anyway.
I don't even know how you still know that. When's the last time you heard that?
So
I listen to it often.
Okay, I don't feel like shit now.
So yeah, and then like the first one I ever really like remember like looking up, it was either a Gundam series or it was like because I liked robots, and there was a Suzuka, because this is when anime was free on YouTube. They had them like sponsored and stuff, and so I could just like watch stuff.
So you just randomly went to YouTube and randomly watched anime?
Yeah.
That's it? Like you were just bored and did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was.
Okay.
I mean, like,
I didn't even know it existed for like 15 years of my life after Sailor Moon. Like, I didn't know anime was a thing. I thought it was a cartoon. Ernie.
It has to be 3 because I can't remember. I like when I was exposed to it and I realized what anime was after Girls Bravo. I went into this weird phase of like shutting myself in my room, curtains down, and like just anime for hours on end.
Anime or hentai?
Those are
2 different things.
It was either 3 different animes. It was either Fully Cooley.
Okay.
That's a lot of people starting.
Evangelion.
Wow, that's a heavy anime.
Evangelion.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Evangelion was one of the first.
Anime.
I'm pretty sure that was one of my first.
That's an anime that apparently.
It fucked me up.
Yeah, that's an anime that apparently caused like a bunch of kids to commit suicide or something. Like in Japan.
It was intense.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't watched it myself. I know what it's about because everyone talks about it. But I have not had the chance to sit down and like binge it.
Even I heard that even the creator of it had to go to an insane asylum.
Oh yeah, because it's super messed up.
It's really messed up. It's like biblical and intense.
That is not something I would say to start off with. First of all,
yeah, we're gonna get to
and I went there.
What a seasoned anime watchers, because I watched.
Now you realize how messed up I am.
I watched the anime and I actually hated it when I was watching it, and I realized it's because I was still kind of new to anime and I need to give myself some time before I could. And it was actually a movie. It was Akira.
And oh wow,
I did not like Akira when
I didn't watch
it the
Akira
first
until
time.
way later.
You know,
I watched it like right when I was entering anime again, and it was like I was really pissed off. I'm like, I was also watching it at like 1 a.m. I'm like, the fuck is this shit? Sorry, I need to cuss less. If I cuss, you guys are gonna call me out on it because I need to cuss way less. But I got really angry watching it. I was really angry, and I realized, like, looking back at it, like it's because that's something that you should watch down your anime line.
What's your experience more mature? My third one was an etching one, which was To Love Ru.
Oh,
yeah,
I love that show.
So good.
Ecchi is like it's borderline hentai. It's not.
It's perverted. Ecchi means perverted.
It's like fan service. It's basically fan service.
But it's so funny. It's comedic.
Please do not get your lewd.
It's like comedic.
Get your nudie enemies away from me.
What was your first?
My first ecchi? God, I don't even remember.
I'll tell you my first ecchi. I had no idea.
Don't say Dragon Maid.
No, it's Free.
Actually,
Free. I never watched Free.
Free was good.
It's a
it wasn't.
One, that's
it's a guy.
It wasn't
yaoi
good.
or whatever.
It was,
how do they do guy like fan service like?
Oh, yo, you just waiting.
have them take off their shirt.
And it's just
Yuri on Ice.
And it's just like, lights across the screen.
It's so obvious.
I think my first ecchi was probably To Love Ru also, actually.
Really?
I think it was.
So much fun.
Oh, Kill la Kill. Would you say?
Yes, I would
so
consider.
Kill la Kill was my first. Then I actually chose Free because everyone was talking about it. Then I watched it. I'm like, well, you do fucking kiss already? You just kiss. No kiss.
All right, so let's get into this. So, what would you consider a good starting anime?
Yes, My Hero Academia, 100% all the way. I've suggested it to everyone I know.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because it's lighthearted, but has a strong message. The main character you can relate to on a level. He's adorable. Anybody, doesn't matter how manly you are, can daw at Deku, you know?
So here's the thing. So if you were to talk to someone who's never heard of anime in their entire life, like they don't even know what Pokemon, like if they haven't even heard of Pokemon, how would you introduce them to this?
Well, that's actually a great point. I have tried to introduce other people to this that are like really into anime. They've like dabbled in it a little bit, or their boyfriend's into it, and that's why they're starting to watch anime. Whatever. My Hero Academia, I would introduce it to them because it is a storyline that everyone can fall into. It's not really weird in the kitschy like Japanese way. There's not weird shit. Like
it's not super Japanese.
Yeah, like
is that super
like
Japanese?
Because Dragon Maid, no, do not introduce him.
Actually, I would argue that because Dragon Maid is like, even though it is super fan servicey, it is Japanese. It's not super over the top.
But heavy fan service is part of the Japanese.
But it's
like,
not.
You don't see that in American.
But see, that's the thing. I generally don't like fan service as much as I used to because, you know, I have a more mature taste in anime now. So when I started Dragon Maid, I was like, oh, this is going to be a throwaway anime. I'm not going to like this.
I like tasteful fan service.
That's what I mean. Like, it's good.
When it's worked into a punchline.
I'll tell you why Miss Kobayashi is not good. Because not only is the fan service, it's not the fan service, it's the fact where we have, which has been a often debated subject, Kana and her like little friends. That is heavy Japanese. The whole like little girl liking little girl thing. Like I know it's not pedo because.
But that's also a thing that's like.
That's fucking Japanese.
That's exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It's like if you were to introduce someone to Japanese humor, Japanese culture, you would introduce them to probably that or like something else.
Someone says Love Live.
Love Live is great.
I'm loving this chat. These guys are genius.
Yu Yu Hakusho, I keep hearing all the time.
Good.
Man, we need these people on our show.
Oh, Jeff,
in our place. Like,
Miyazaki is great. That is a great. Spirited Away was my first.
You just like
that was one of the ones. Bring up
Spirited
Ghibli's a good way to get somebody into it.
Yes,
yes. But,
that is exactly what I tell children.
Yeah, but I don't feel like they will get the full spectrum of anime by just watching Ghibli.
That's true.
Ghibli, to me, Ghibli is a very acquired taste. You have to have a certain
when you understand the artistic side of anime.
Yeah, you have to have a certain understanding in order to enjoy it. Because I remember the first time I watched
Spirited Away gets me.
What was it? Howl's Moving Castle.
I think one's harder.
I fell asleep, and like I remember
that one's a harder and
because it was so like hard for me to.
It doesn't get more intense until like lower.
It's not like action packed like Spirited Away.
No, but see, I loved Ponyo.
But that's action packed,
and that's what I mean. It's like that was
such a something that's happening all the time. That one is I could see why you fell asleep.
Yeah,
I know it's not an insult. It's just doesn't have something to follow.
Exactly.
They're still very good movies.
So some Ghibli. So I would say
some Ghibli.
My Neighbor Totoro is a good idea too because what happens to the main character, not May but her sister.
Right.
Spirited Away is my number one all time. If I can get that tatted on me, if I can have the bathhouse on my back, I love Spirited Away. I love Spirited Away. You don't understand.
That's
I am
funny.
obsessed. And what else? Spirited Away and I think
Princess Mononoke.
I mean, Princess Mononoke might be too intense.
Really?
I mean, it's good, but it might be too intense. I think Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, yes.
I would, because I remember when Spirited Away happened on Cartoon Network. I don't know if this happened in other countries, but it was like literally marathoning like every other hour.
It's the number one animated film,
Yeah.
and it just got taken by that one, Your Name.
Yeah.
Just beat it for the very first time. Spirited Away has been beating, which I don't take it. Spirited Away is still number one.
So Ernie, explaining anime, like giving us a starter anime. Someone's never heard of anime in their entire life, never even heard of Pokemon.
Nah, I've seen a large spectrum of different anime movies, and like I know there's a lot of classic stuff that I got into, and we're like, this is a great way to get introduced. But so far from all the anime I watched, I can only say there's one in particular that I feel can cover almost every single platform of what anime is, and I think it's Sword Art Online.
Actually, yeah, I agree.
It has comedy, has a little bit of fan service. It also has some very intense moments, and like action, of course, action. and the way they delivered it, it's just kind of perfect to get you into that mindset of there's different angles of anime.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that one's perfect. You get a little exposure of everything.
Because in the first season, you have all the drama, you have all the action and everything. And then by the second half, you get the really Japanese side of things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you get to see, you know, the Japanese society. You get to see the humor.
The intensity of the fact that these people are actually down.
Yeah.
And killing each other. And they're just gamers.
I think, I'm going to respectfully disagree, because I watched Sword Art Online, and it pissed me off. Second season.
Second season.
Okay, so second season doesn't count.
Season.
The first half of the second season, the Gun Gale Online.
But see, that's what I mean.
Okay, no. Let's.
I was so angry.
Gun Gale, excluding Gun Gale. I mean,
not Gun Gale.
The rest.
The Leaf one, where they
Alfheim.
Alfheim.
No, that's what I mean. So
But
Alfheim.
they show the part where she almost gets raped, and then that's the end.
That's what I
I'm talking
mean.
about.
That's what I mean by like that's also a good starting anime, especially for someone that wants to get into a more serious like anime rather than like Pokemon or Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh!
If you
or
want
something.
something more serious besides My Hero Academia, if you want a serious anime, I think Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, I would not start a person off with that.
Unless you're a sadistic.
Yeah,
That's
like-
why I said
like-
one more serious. No, I said My Hero Academia. Like,
I would
really, but
for Attack on Titan, I would go something like I
it's
don't know.
darker. Maybe you want an older person,
but
like
see-
someone our age, to watch it.
But
you know?
see, even then, like, you know, people have their like little quirks. Get it? So for
I gotta go.
for like. So for that, I would probably go like, I don't know, My Hero, and then maybe like, oh, you want to delve into something like a little like more.
One of the
mature?
girls I nanny,
Yeah.
she's 14, and her dad watches it before her, but she watches Attack on Titan. She likes darker enemies.
And
So she's like
understandable.
Tokyo Ghoul, Death Note, and so there depends on your taste as well. Because someone could watch My Hero Academia and be like, "Wow, this is like way too in your face, cutesy. Like it's not something like okay, hero is great. Who gives, you know, like oh, you want to be a hero, big deal. You know." And I feel like sometimes it is way too fancier to see with all the close-ups on Deku in his face, and he's going like crazy. So you can't. Even though I love My Hero Academia, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist is the best. Yes, Full Metal is awesome.
I still haven't watched Boy and the Beast.
Boy and the Beast, so good.
Spirited Away. It's Spirited Away.
It's Spirited Away. That's
It's
basically
Spirited
what it is.
Away.
didn't say
Oh,
that.
I watched it. I was there at the premiere. I was heavy on the. It was heavy on the. Yeah, there was some thematics from Spirited Away that it just kept reminding me.
I mean,
of it.
I agree to an extent, but
He was running in the alleyway, and it's exactly like Chihiro running in the alleyway. It was the same in her garden. I was like, it's the same thing. No, but it was really good. It was good. I
Okay,
only watched it once.
So, for a starter anime, let's say it's a girl in her teens. What anime would you suggest her?
Death Note. Since you guys said that was a girl.
Good
Jerks.
Death Note, regardless of like age group, always happens to have that big like grasp over even like girls,
Murder,
guys.
She
You
Wrote.
know, yeah, it's just it just happens to like get people for some reason. I wasn't one of those people, but it just happens to like get these people. For a girl, I don't know. It really depends. Give me an age.
You said teen.
17.
17. Sailor Moon Crystal.
Urine Ice is not a perfect starter, Mike. That is not a starter.
Madoka
You're
Magica.
gonna go into anime thinking
Fruit
that's
basket
all
for
about
girl.
dudes trying to get onto other dudes, and it
Yeah,
never happens.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
That's like that's a very niche kind of anime.
Someone said Fruit Baskets, and I heard a lot about Fruit Baskets being a great anime.
Yes, I've watched little bits and pieces.
who
I
said
have
that?
not myself.
JD said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fruits Baskets has a really great base, and I appreciate what it does. So like I would consider that like a good
Fruit
like
Baskets.
let's start off with this anime and see where like if I like anime from then on.
You guys write this down. If you have not watched anime or any of these animes and you want to get into it, these are animes and if you're a seasoned anime watcher, viewer, whatever, and you haven't seen these, then you need to watch them. There'll be good breaks from the animes that you...
Yeah.
Because what I do, this is my suggestion to everyone, if you watch a particularly dark anime, like Full Metal got dark, Cowboy Bebop got dark, then watch a fun anime, like, in the middle of it.
Yes.
So, like, I watched, like, Yuri on Ice after I watched, like, something else that was, like, too dark. I forgot what it was.
Oh,
but
I go
yeah.
on a dark binge. I go to a very dark binge.
But you need to have like a bright anime, so you gotta balance it out. You can't just keep.
Okay,
watching
I
dark
did.
anime.
Okay, I did. there was after rewatching the Evangelion movies, the redone ones where he got even. This is after he got out of the insane asylum and he came back and he hit it even harder and remade the series again, but in movies, and it went even darker. I was like, wow.
So if I want to watch Evangelion, can I just watch the movies? Is that what you're saying?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I mean, but it goes into a whole darker place. I would say just go back and watch the original series.
It's one of those things like, you know, those anime movies, or you may or may not, like Attack on Titan. It has not only the live action. Wait. It not doesn't just besides the live action movies. There's also 2 additional movies which basically sum up the first half of the season, and the second movie sums up the second half.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you here. I've only watched 2 anime movies probably.
That's what I mean. So that's what I'm saying.
I've only watched
I'm explaining
Akira and the Cowboy Bebop one.
Okay. So that's what I'm explaining. So like, you know, you have that. And
besides
like,
Ghibli.
Gurren Lagann, for example, you know, you have the first movie which covers the first half, and then the second movie.
Yeah, there's just some animes that need a movie. So Naruto needs one, and Inuyasha needs one. I need to watch. I can't be watching 300 episodes.
It's just not gonna happen.
I can't.
It just doesn't work that way.
Absolutely not.
It doesn't work that way.
But you were saying, so there's animes that cover.
So yeah, it's like they cover a lot of like the big plot points. But if you want to get super deep into it, you have to watch the entire series. Same with the Evangelion movies. It's like, you know, they don't hit certain things. But yeah, like
I feel you. I understand.
If I were to, you know, introduce someone to anime, I would probably go Mob Psycho 100. I don't know if either of you have watched it.
For who?
Mob Psycho 100.
Somebody in general?
Yeah, like Mob Psycho.
That's the same guy.
The same guy that did One Punch. Yes. Yeah. The style is just crazy cool because it like encompasses all these different styles of anime. It's not so set in one style. The effects are cool. The story is cool.
Yeah.
I literally just binged through it the other day because I'm in it, but I haven't seen it yet. And so I was like, "Where's my part?" And I was trying to get to it, and I was like, "Oh, there it is." But but yeah, it's such a good anime. And I was like, you know what? I would totally like give someone to this and like give this to someone. Be like, hey, watch this.
Mob Psycho 100. I say My Hero Academia, and you say.
Oh, for a girl, Card Captor. But in general, it would be. In general, I said it would be. Fuck, I forgot who I said it would be. Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online.
So I asked a chat question, and I'm expecting answers. Okay. But I said, what anime would you suggest to your own parents? And this is a chat question only. Chat question only. We're gonna let chat answer this.
Absolutely not. Maybe
no, you have to.
Dragon Ball.
You have to.
I don't know. Like, what's the most appropriate?
Summer Wars. Have you seen Summer Wars?
I haven't seen Summer Wars. Yeah, but I heard
it's
great
really
stuff about
good.
Death Note, because my dad and I watch Law and Order SVU together. There you go.
Actually, I don't know if my parents.
Death Note. It's the most appropriate one. It's not. There's no sex. I mean, it depends what your parents are sensitive to. Like, you don't ever watch Game of Thrones with your parents, right? So
I've heard stories, but I digress.
I mean,
but yeah, I don't know. But if you're not including the Miyazaki movies or Pokemon or like anything like family friendly, like not a mainstream, like just an anime in general, I would go Summer Wars. It's a movie. It's made by Studio Madhouse and all these like really cool people. It's one of my favorite anime movies.
I have a question for you guys.
It's really fun.
What do you feel about, because I watched this anime for like the first season or whatever, and then they were still making episodes, but what do you feel about Mishinima's Rubies? Yeah.
I love Ruby.
But what about the art style? Because the art style really turns me off.
Okay,
like
so
the
digital. Let me explain. So the first season.
And in the chat, if you're a Ruby fan, let us know.
The first season, hard to watch, but
that's the season I watched.
But continue watching it.
Okay.
The second season, improved animation. The fight scenes are there. Third season, they went on this whole budget overhaul. But the problem with the third season is that the director of the series, the fight choreographer, he died. So the fight scenes aren't as good, but it looks prettier. Okay. The fourth season, I don't know what they did, but the budget looks amazing.
Okay.
So,
well, they're so popular. There's a whole convention just for Ruby.
I know. I love Ruby.
There's a RDS.
Yang is the best. Anyway, yeah.
Jeff Burns says Ruby is not an anime.
Yeah, but seriously, everyone considers Ruby an anime, but
it's complicated. Yeah.
It falls in the same category as Avatar or even Voltron, where it's created.
It's that American anime.
It's American.
Yeah.
But it has an anime style.
You've seen Akita's, the dog Akita, right? There's like a Japanese Akita and there's an American Akita. They look completely different. They look
Oh,
like
yeah.
breeds. So I feel like that's how I like do my animes because one is clearly Japanese and
You know
one
what?
is,
I agree with that. That's
one is Japanese in like culture or like a game, but it's an American version of it. That's how I
have no idea what you're talking
Yeah, if you're
about.
not Google American Akiba right now, they are twice as fluffy.
Akiba dogs?
Akita. Yeah, the Akita, like Hachi, like the dog Hachi.
yeah.
So we're talking about a real life dog that is different when it's American and Japanese?
No, yeah.
It looks like a completely different breed.
the
but
breeds
they're
are different.
still-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
same
still-
dog, but just
if
one's
they're-
fluffier than the other.
Just look at. They're really cute. You're gonna fucking awe so hard. An American Akita.
So let's go over some of these answers.
Okay.
So we have
For the princess thing.
princess.
Princess. Parents. Why did I say
Parents.
princess?
So let's see. We
guys are all
have
about
Cat who
grammatical
said
girls.
what was it? Attack on Titan. Okay.
For parents, I would
Yeah,
not.
for parents. You said
Whew.
Attack
Oh
on
man.
Titan.
Maybe I'm just thinking of my parents because my parents are the kind of people that like they don't even like Pokemon.
Like, I would suggest Attack on Titan as well to my dad. He likes gore though, because he took me to watch Kill Bill when I was like 14 when it came out.
nice.
My dad though
Thanks,
might like
Dad.
anime though because he's a very martial arts heavy person. Like
Dog
he's
is
the kind
called
of
Hachiko. Yeah, Hachi for short.
yeah my dad's the kind of person that I would sit down and watch like Bruce Lee movies or like Wild Westerns and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't be into that, but he would watch all of that. So maybe he might get into it. My mom, no.
Abby says her parents don't watch TV, which is fine, but they could try. I like Mike's answer. Mike straight up said Yuri on Ice. Let's go.
I mean,
Mike, stop trolling the chat.
the thing is,
No one's gonna watch Yuri on Ice
like-
but me.
real shit though. Like if your parent can tolerate Yuri on Ice, like and be super open minded, that's
How
great.
old are your parents?
That's great.
'Cause mine
It
are
really
in their
is.
mid-50s and Middle Eastern, so Yuri on Ice ain't gonna happen for
No,
them.
Albert-
I don't
Albert-
even need to tell you why. They're Middle
Albert
Eastern.
got it good. This is actually a serious answer, and I love it. Princess Mononoke for a movie, and then for a series, Erase.
I haven't seen Erased. Is it?
I've heard it's
I've heard really good things about
Yeah.
it too, but I haven't.
Erase. Is
I got an
great.
audition for it, but I didn't get in. So I was like, oh, if I get it, then I'll just like binge watch it after. Oh, I never did. So
Tiny Zell said probably My Hero.
My Hero,
That's great.
My Hero is such like it's so
Is there
good.
any dancing animes? My mom would like to watch something like that.
There's that new ballroom anime that kind of got announced at Anime Expo.
Yuri on Ice is kind of dancing, so there's that. I think that's
There is
close.
another one, and it's off the tip of my head. I can't remember. But yeah, like My Hero is such a good anime because it covers everything. But then there's like things like Mount Lady and and then Midnight.
Right off the bat, nice to make your ass acquaintance. I'm like, here we go.
And like,
Here we go.
If the anime didn't start off
10
like that,
minutes in.
yeah, I would be like, oh yeah, totally, Mom, like, let's watch this. You might like this. She wouldn't like it. She doesn't like,
But
she doesn't
besides,
like
but
thing.
that was a one little bit. Everything else so far for 2 seasons,
And that's
now
what I
has
mean,
been
yeah.
really fine, except for that one beginning, that and Midnight,
And Momo, technically.
and yeah, Momo, yes,
But I love
yes,
Momo.
yes.
She's the best.
They had to be like, hey, let's throw some fan service in there.
Some fan service. All right. JD said, I think my dad would have liked Cowboy Bebop. You know what?
I agree. That's definitely
That is probably like if I sat down with my dad, I would want to watch
same
Cowboy
here.
Bebop with him.
I think I'm gonna freaking do that.
Because like I
actually.
remember, I remember he used to like sit down when he actually lived with me. He used to sit down and watch all these like westerns or like 80s type like chip shows.
That's
stuff like
then
that. Like,
Cowboy Bebop's the one.
yeah,
Oh,
and
I
like
love
Cowboy Bebop would have been perfect.
And I
to
think
watch
with
with
your
my
mom
dad.
would be Sailor Moon because everyone knows Sailor Moon. So I think Sailor Moon.
Your mom?
Oh, my mom
with
doesn't
moms
know
in
it.
general. Yeah.
No, actually, my mom. Now that I remember, before I got into anime, she actually introduced me to Studio Ghibli.
Oh really?
Oh.
She went and got Princess Mononoke, and because we used
Your
to rent-
mom is VIP, MVP,
She-
amazing
she-
woman,
she-
queen, protector at all costs.
So when I was a kid, I just like we used to like rent movies like every other weekend.
Yeah.
And like I remember she got Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away, and we both watched them together.
Aw.
And then like that was a long time ago. That was like when we.
Sweet.
That was when we had a good relationship, and then went bad, and now it's good again. It's good again. So I mean that's probably one of my fondest memories with my mom.
That's amazing. My mom took me to see a Spice Girls movie, which was all good until like that one scene where they were dancing in Spain and performing in Spain, and the guys had like assless chaps or whatever. And I was just like, and my mom was like, "Look, it's their butt." I'm like, "Hey, I don't want to I was like 12. Thanks, Mom. All right, so we went over animes for beginners. What about animes for maybe people who have watched a few? Like 3, 4, maybe 5 animes, so they're not well seasoned, but they're getting their feet wet and they're getting there. They're in the pool. They're in the 3 feet.
That's when I would introduce them to one of the long running ones, like Naruto or Bleach or Fairy Tail.
Okay.
I would, just
you need one long running.
This is when you pick them up and you kind of just like throw them in to like, all right, here's the one that you're going to be watching for like 15 years, and then you'll watch a couple on the side, you know, and then you know what I mean.
But this is your main girl.
This is
everyone is a side.
Everyone's a side chick, but this is your main.
This is your main. I would introduce them into an anime that they need to watch. For example, like Full Metal for me. I think I watched it too early. I think that's the anime I would introduce to them to. That's kind of long.
Can you address Ryan's question about
Orion?
Nora Princess and the Stray Cats?
Where is that?
It's,
Nora Princess and Stray Cats.
There you go, that one. Read that one.
Oh, have you guys watched Nora Princess and Stray Cat? I have not. What is
Have you guys
that?
heard of it?
No.
Mike, do you want to come down to the studio and do the show with us? Because you have a lot of anime knowledge, my friend.
Oh, miscellaneous. Doesn't matter which anime I attempt to introduce to my folks, every character will still be called Naruto, even if the art style looks nothing like it. That's how my mom is with Pokemon. Even if it's like, I don't know, One Punch Man, they're a monster.
Yeah.
They're a monster.
Is this Pokemon?
Yeah.
That's my dad's question when I watch anime. I was like,
Alona, dude. Oh, okay. Rurouni Kenshin is perfect to show somebody. Like for a dad.
Yeah.
Rurouni Kenshin is perfect.
Especially like the live actions.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might show that to my dad. Actually, now that I like said that out loud, I think I want to do that.
Trigun is perfect.
She's trying to get her dog.
Trigun's good to show.
So yeah, like one of like what would you say like for a couple like animes in, like you said Bleach, right?
he said something that like Naruto, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not watched a long anime.
No. If you were to like give somebody a long anime, I would probably throw them in with Bleach first, because the way it kind of
how it starts off,
and it has like a good pace, and then it picks up slowly, and it's because the thing is, the whole Serite and the whole life of what a Shinigami is so deep.
It's so deep, exactly.
And the thing is, they kind of just throw you in the pot of water, and he's like, here's a boy, he has powers now.
Right.
And there's these monsters to kill. Okay, I get it. I don't care about the monsters.
Those are all great animes. Did you see what he suggested?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you guys, real quick, if you're watching this, literally while you're watching this, you can click the like button. It would really help us out. You're just gonna like the video. That's it. That would be awesome if you do that. And if you want to share it, then go ahead and share it as well. But we want anime.
I agree with all of this.
To be at the top of hashtag shows, live shows. We're trying to beat the other live shows.
How do you
like our anime videos?
Hit the like button so more people will be able to find this video and join in on the chat, because these are some great suggestions.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's the anime I need to watch. I have not. I've been told
it's too weird.
It's on Toonami now.
It's too weird. I think it's too intense.
Really?
I still haven't jumped on it. But like, I have some sick-minded friends,
I'm
and they love it.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I have some sick-minded friends,
and they love it. So that's what I'm scared about. I'm scared to watch it because my sick-minded friends love it, and like,
I want to watch JoJo. I've been told to watch
miscellaneous. Really great. You can't do that to someone. You can't show someone Bleach with that ending.
That's what I heard. That's why Bleach is trash, just because of the ending.
Okay. Then like.
That's what I heard. So
that's when I give them alcohol, sit down, and then kind of give them the rundown of what's left.
Okay.
Or I can cut it at the Aizen arc and be like, nothing happened after.
That's the thing with Ash, actually. So he loves Bleach. He's been following since forever. After he read that, so if he's riding in the car with me, if like a theme song comes on in the car, he like punches like the radio until it turns off. Turn that shit off. It's like,
if it's Bleach?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, we don't listen to that shit in your car. Never again. And he just gets really silent. I'm like,
wow, what happened at the end of Bleach?
The author sold out.
Basically.
He basically sold out.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, oh, I should have.
I haven't seen it. I haven't read it myself.
Here's more money.
But basically what happens is like the ending just ends. There's no resolution, and then it time skips.
For the anime, right?
Yeah.
The anime?
Oh, no, not the anime. The manga.
Whoever Jeff Burns is, you sound like my best friend.
Oh, Jeff?
That's his favorite.
Jeff is a friend of mine. He's a voice actor as well. He moderates panels and all that stuff. Good
Jeff,
friends
I
with
gotta introduce you
Aniplex.
to somebody who also has your feelings exact. Like every anime he's talked about are all the animes that he loves as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. You guys have the exact identical anime. All I hear is about Yu Yu Hakusho all the time and how it's better than Hunter x Hunter.
Him?
And
This guy right here?
No,
Jeff Burns. This guy Jeff Burns.
he's a really cool guy.
I'm guessing
I'll
great
introduce you
mind.
guys at a
Good
con
taste.
sometime.
Listen to
Voice
that guy.
actors
Him
think
and Mike
alike.
on the chat know what they're talking about.
Voice actors, think
Let's
alike.
see. So like, let's go advanced anime. Now like you've really like jumped
Okay, so
in.
what? Wait,
You're in
what
the
were
deep
our
end now.
choices for intermediate?
I said
You said
actually I'm gonna go fairy tale.
Fairy
Yeah,
Tail.
we're talking about long, then maybe. Fuck, you're right.
I'm gonna go either fairy tale or Naruto.
Okay.
Naruto is a commitment. That is
A 900 episode commitment.
Oh, shit.
no 700. I don't know actually.
Boy, with the movies and everything, and how you had to like get off the anime for a point and then read the manga, and then get back into the anime. Come on, that's
But,
like.
I mean, but that's the thing is like Naruto. Even with how many episodes it is,
Yeah.
the character development is still really great. Same with
Yeah.
Fairy Tale, like, and
Yeah,
so
Fairy Tale's
Fairy Tale is
awesome.
great, and I love how it starts, and it really brings you in. It's not for a lot of people, obviously.
Okay.
But it's like, oh man, this is really cool. I want to see what happens next. And the thing I love about Fairy Tale, we've talked about this,
Yeah.
is that every little thing that happens in the show comes back later.
Okay.
Like something that seemed really minuscule, it was like, oh, that's the thing. It's like something that seemed like a throwaway.
You say fairy tale, you say
Yeah.
So
intermediate.
We're talking about intermediate. Then,
Yeah.
then
And
it
watch
has to be Gurren Lagann. That has to be intermediate.
I watched it after.
Yes!
That has to be
and I
intermediate
never got
because
into it.
because at that point Gurren
I
Lagann
will.
it's like
I'll get back
because
into
Gurren Lagann has this quick pace, which you have to get used to in anime because there's some animes like Fulikuli where it's like
Oh yeah.
and it's just bam bam
Oh,
bam
yeah.
this happened
That's
in
especially like
that's Fulikuli.
that's a
for
Studio
you.
Trigger thing. That's a Guy Next thing.
I'm getting slapped on all the damn time. It's just like I don't know. It's
Penny
like,
and Stocking does that too, and like Redline. It's
Yeah.
another anime movie that they did,
it cuts down a lot of the bullshit and just gives you a head
and just gives you straight to the stuff.
Just-
And oh god,
it's
episode
great.
7. I think it's 7.
Okay.
We're still talking about Gurren Lagann.
Forever in our hearts. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't Yoko like 14 years old out there with her hot booty shorts?
She's the same age as.
She has a reason for that actually. Did you get to that
I
part?
did not. I only watched like.
The reason
one
why
and a
she
half
dresses
episodes.
like that is
Yeah.
because it's easier to operate the weapon that way. She can't do it with like long sleeves and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And so there's a reason for her dressing like that. Understandably so.
Yeah, that sniper rifle is huge. It's like air
So she can't wear pants.
It's just easier
It's
for
just
her.
easier to move
Oh
around.
boy.
It's just like how when
Oh,
I
boy.
record auditions at home, I don't wear clothes. Are you kidding me? I can do whatever I want. It's the most comfortable thing in the world.
Our chat keeps saying One Piece.
One Piece?
One
You see, I love One Piece. One Piece is shit, but some people cannot get into it.
I love One Piece, but it's so hard to keep up.
But I loved it from the very
Yeah.
beginning. It was just like
I stopped
I
watching
suggest-
after Vivi. Like
it's like it brings you in, and then it shows you this big, beautiful.
It's not the
fucking world.
it's
like stepping in through the doors of Narnia and then realizing
Yeah.
what the fuck is Narnia.
It's the
Narnia
most
is so-
popular anime and manga for a reason, and it's so good.
It's
I
a lifestyle.
Yeah, I just can't keep up with it. Maybe after it's done, when it finally ends, whenever that is,
Yeah.
I'll probably binge
it's-
through it.
You don't even know. It's like that's the thing. Once you get into One Piece, you're a One Piece.
You are One Piece.
You adapt into this lifestyle.
Wow.
You dedicate yourself. That's why I got a tattoo on my leg.
Oh my God.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! One
Wow.
Piece. You can't see.
I did
There you
not
go.
know that was
One
there.
Piece. Go ahead, yo.
The weave levels are off the chart.
I brought the proper jeans today. That was a good execution. I
Oh,
could never
man.
pull it
Oh
off.
my god.
Yeah, you guys just saw my
Oh
legs.
my god. Oh my god, cry.
One Piece, yo, straw hats.
Yo.
Cheers! Lit! I was gonna suggest one. Forget what I had to say because this one is one.
correct.
I suggest for
So okay, guys, take a breath.
and somebody who's intermediate, who's like into they got their feet wet.
Yes.
They're in the 3 feet. They want to get into the deeper side of the pool. I would suggest a anime that takes like a little bit of a seasoned person to watch, such as Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
I don't think that's for any beginner. I suggest Cowboy Bebop.
It's in a-
The
suggest
second time that's happened.
I suggest No Game No Life. Did you guys watch it?
I love the theme song, but I haven't seen it yet.
No Game No Life.
Me too.
And maybe even Attack on Titan, which I think is
No, I would
definitely
definitely say like Cowboy Bebop and Attack on Titan teeter on the beginner intermediate thing.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan more so in their intermediate, but yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right, so
Advanced.
Once you're in anime, you're an anime watcher. You could call yourself a weeb and a taco with pride.
This is
what are
your
the
thing.
animes that you need to be watching? And if you haven't watched, you deserve to be slapped in the face.
Fate,
What are these?
The
animes?
Fate series.
The Fate series.
God.
Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, Fate Grand Order. That whole so the reason why I call these advanced animes is because they're released in a Star Wars order,
Okay.
where like Fate Stay Night was released
Fantastic.
first.
That's all I need in my life.
But it was like
You're gonna need to give me the order of stuff because I haven't seen.
Oh,
all
yeah,
of them, 'cause
Fate-
it's way.
It's up on my
intense.
anime list. Right?
It's
Yeah.
so good. So I started with Fate Zero, which is chronologically the first one that's out right now. The problem with Fate Zero is the first episode is an hour long. The rest of the episodes are like 30 minutes. But this first episode, it's an hour long and it's all exposition. It's all talking. The first time I watched it, I put it on and I fell asleep and I was like, oh, I'll get to it.
Okay.
I didn't touch it for a year. And like a friend talked to me. It was like, oh, have you seen Fate Zero yet? I was like, no, I haven't. You haven't seen Fate Zero? And he yelled at me and I was like, okay, I'll get to it. And I finally binged through it. And the second episode, amazing. Fate Stay Night, amazing. It's just whoever UFO Table who animates it. It's so good. It's so lore heavy that like if you're not used to anime, that's gonna be a lot for you to take in. Gundam as well, like all that political stuff. Jesus Christmas, like guys, that Gundam is not something you hit as your first anime. I did.
Oh my god!
But
I fucking just I sorry to backtrack,
feel
but
like you just
here's
dissed
a
yourself.
really
Here
good
we go.
beginner intermediate that I don't know why it didn't hit me until now. Angel Beats.
Oh,
Yes,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Like that was one of the first animes I
Actually,
it was
never
like
heard
my
of it before.
fifth.
Really?
Oh my
Never
god,
even
no!
heard of it
People
before.
cried to. There's a viral video of a kid crying and while
Is it
his
you, Erni?
while
Because it sounds like you, my friend.
while his friend was in the background tearing up his room because he was so emotional.
Oh, I heard this story from you. Okay.
You know-
So
This
emotionally destroyed because of the ending. And the ending, it's like, no. She's what?
Wait, don't read.
He is
don't,
what?
Don't.
What's about to happen? Why is it happening? Why is this happening? Stop!
rip-
No!
She's just looking
Jesus
at you like
Christ! And I thought I could yell.
I got practice, yo.
So actually, that's what I want to hit like next week. I want to hit like slice of life, sad, like romantic animes, all that fun stuff. I want to hit that. I'll hit that. Let's hit all in one genre. But anyway, back to advanced animes. So
Advanced animes. Yes.
Definitely up there is gotta be it. Well, I got thrown into the pool with this, but Evangelion's definitely advanced.
I would totally.
'Cause it,
That
like-
teeters on intermediate advanced. I would totally like.
No, well, no. Like if you get into the original one, the original anime that came out,
The original
first,
anime,
because
advanced.
that ending is
Yeah.
oh my god. But then there's the first set of movies that's intermediate, and then the current movies, which the last one just finally got
Oh, yeah.
announced. The final from the tetralogy
Oh.
he's doing. The last one's being announced, and that one's gonna happen. That's gonna end the new rebirth series.
Right. So on that same note, there's another series that I would consider intermediate or advanced even. Eureka 7. Oh, have you seen it?
Eureka 7.
Eureka
My
7.
brother's trying to get me into
So
that.
good. I was thrown into this by chance and I loved it. It has a movie which is an alternate universe thing. But then there's 3 new movies that are coming out that are supposed to be like the Evangelion movies, where they're remakes with like kind of alternate storylines. I think they're calling them the High Evolution trilogy. It looks beautiful, but the original series definitely intermediate advanced. I would totally put up there.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't think I can call myself an advanced anime because listen. I don't think I could consider myself an advanced anime watcher until I watch one of these long running ones, and I haven't been, and I haven't had. So I believe though the one anime I do want to watch, but I believe is going to take a good chunk of my life, is to get back into Dragon Ball and watch all of Dragon Ball.
Ooh,
Dragon Ball
that's-
Z, Dragon Ball Super.
that's
the
commitment.
movies.
I did that once.
I believe is an advanced.
I did that
anime
once, and for a whole 2 months I was very committed and drawn into it. Wait,
I can't do it.
I got 2 that one I haven't seen, and the other one I want your opinion on, as in if it's advanced or not.
Okay.
Code Geass.
Code Geass. That's
and
actually I would
Ghost in the Shell. Are they considered advanced?
Ghost in the Shell I would put advanced because it's a very, very deep story. I don't know where she's going. Code Geass is one of those animes that I would throw into any of these. There's a lot of lore. It's very like heavy in like the terms and stuff like that. But
so tons of memes.
But the thing is, it's so perfect. It has all these things. It has love. It has mecha. It has politics. It has the whole like shonen like genre like thrown into it that I would even throw it into beginner. It's such a good anime. In fact, there's the new thing, Akito the Exile, that just came out on Blu-ray DVD. I need to watch that still, but I heard nothing but good things. Code Geass is such a good anime.
Yeah, I mean that was great, and then I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard a lot of intense stuff about it.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever they talk about the coolest anime eyes, it's up there.
Oh yeah, because that's dude. There is a moment, and that's another thing. That's why I would also
Did
put
you
it.
see that meme video of I'm at the soup store. What are you doing? What are you doing at the soup store trying to buy clothes? No.
I memorized that. I love that meme so much. I used to watch
just soup. There's only soup.
I'm gonna show you the whole video at the end of this. When we're done here,
there's more,
dude. This is a whole series. You can find this video. Purple Eyes, what the fuck? Purple Eyes, WTF? But he pronounced it what the fuck. Anyway, so this Code Geass thing. There's this soup meme, and if you like type in like soup store or something like that, even on Facebook or YouTube, it'll come up. It's so funny. Keep in mind, strong language. So I'm at the soup store. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you! Oh God.
I love that you can do that. When I first saw it, I just sat there dying, and then I called 3 friends and asked them where the soup store was.
Actually, I still laugh at that. Like, we'll be driving,
it's like
and I'll pull it up in the car. He's like, Darrel, what are you doing? Darrel, what are you doing? I just smile, because then it just starts playing, and we just like start laughing through the whole thing. It's great. Moving on. I love this.
I'm at soup. I'm at soup. I love that they know what I'm talking about.
I'm at the soup store!
Why are you at the soup store?
Fuck you!
Fuck you! Okay, wait, okay. It's like, there's only soup. They go to the next aisle. But there's more soup! What do you mean there's more soup? I don't know, there's more soup!
You know what's the worst part about that, though? The creator never finished the series. It's an abridged series.
It was supposed to be a series?
It's an abridged series, but he never finished
it.
It's so good. Anyway,
fucking freaking weeds. She's doing this from the bathroom!
Jasmin left to go to her bathroom, and she's still like...
I can hear her laughing!
Anyway.
Where's your dog? Is it even in... The dog's in the bathroom.
There's just so much happening right now, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's all because of soup. Damn soup store!
So, have you seen any of the Gundam series?
I've seen a few episodes of it.
Yeah.
I've never... That's the one that I'm scared of jumping into because it has so many parts, side stories, and...
Alright.
God.
The UC, like the main storyline, that's really hard. It's good.
No, that's
really
just wrong. Hard. I'm dropping the turtles off. I can hear you. I can hear you pooping.
Anyway, the main storyline following Amuro. I'll just talk to the camera.
Yeah,
the main storyline following Amuro. It's very hard to get into, but if you do, it's very rewarding. If you want to jump into like one of the one-off side of animes, if you want to get like super political, I would go Gundam 00. That's like my favorite Gundam series, followed by G Gundam. G Gundam anyone can get into. It's basically Dragon Ball Z but with Gundams. That's literally what G Gundam is. If you want like super Japanese anime, Gundam Seed. That's
Gundam Seed.
Yeah.
Which one? What about Gundam Wing?
Wing.
That's the one my brother keeps telling me to watch.
Okay, people are gonna hate me, but I don't like Wing. I like the designs of Wing, and I think conceptually, it's a great series. But when you finally like watch through it, like I didn't watch it growing up. I watched G Gundam because I didn't have Toonami at the time, so I like binge watched it online. It was not thought through.
Iron-Blooded Orphans?
Oh! Ooh! I'm in Iron Blood Orphans, and like not even a shameless plug. It's really not, but like it's such a good. Actually, Jeff is in Iron Blood Orphans as well.
Real quick, shut up, Darrel.
You shut up. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, that's an inside joke I think they have. I don't know.
That's just Rangers Live Show. Just saying hi.
Also, while we were on the subject of Gundam, I never watched Gundam, but there is another series that reminded me of it that I got into and I fell in love with.
Okay.
And I love the name of the title, just saying it. Esclafone.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing but good things.
So good. Woo! Like, it's like I want to buy. They have a model figure that because that mech is a dragon that turns into a mech robot, and they have a figure on eBay, and it's like about $400, and I want to drop the money. Mm-hmm. I have the money, but I'm kind of don't want to.
It's a collectible thing. It's like
I want it.
It's so hard being a nerd.
It transforms and everything. The dragging into the mecha, and I think it's like this big, and it's $400. And I'm like, I know that if I buy it, I'm gonna know I'm gonna regret it. I'm that type of weeb, and like I've been tittering. Like my room. I have posters, and I have figures. I have 2 bookcases of figures. Yeah. But the thing is, they're between anime, some ecchi figures, a lot of comic book stuff, and like it's a perfect balance. But none of them cost $400. Just one of them. There's one that actually costs figure. 2 figures I have that cost about $600 now, but I bought them for $120 each.
See, that's the hard thing.
So if I sell it, man, that's a lot of money.
This is such a hard thing being a nerd. It really sucks. So if you find out about a series,
especially a nerd with money,
oh God, that's the thing. If you find out about a series like way after it's over, collector's value brings the item up like super super high, and it's like. You see it when it first comes out, like say My Hero Academia, statues. They're reasonably priced now, but if you wait 10 years, Jesus Christ, are they going to be expensive? And it's like one of those things. Like if I don't buy this now, I'm never going to get this. And it's like that with I'm a Power Ranger fan. You know, if I don't buy like the collectibles, the legacy stuff right now, I'm going to regret it forever because it's going to jump up to some super stupid price. It sucks. Anyway.
By the way, let's welcome Sasuke Ayuzawa. Says she's new, he or she is new here.
Oh, you said that great. Good job. Hey, welcome, Sasuke Ayuzawa.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
All right.
Sasuke Ayuzawa. But yeah, so general rule of note, I would say that any mecha anime generally falls into the more advanced because it's every mecha anime I've ever watched, with the exception, it's not really exception, Code Geass. Very political. It's just all tech, all politics. It's there are some times that is like, it's not true for everything, but most times that's what you're going to get if you jump into mecha. And I like mecha. I like that.
Joe hates mecha.
Yeah,
Joe, he's told us.
But see, that's the thing. Mecha. I think he would appreciate the story, but I know he doesn't like mechs.
He likes twisted, kind of like stuff behind the stuff, mysteries kind of stuff. Like he likes that, twisted, kind of Fight Club status kind of stuff. Like whoa, it's blew my mind.
Tiger and Bunny. Oh, Tiger and Bunny. Actually, I would put that in any of the 3 categories of beginner, intermediate, or advanced.
You can't put them in all of it.
No, because it is really. It's like. So you know how a lot of people get introduced into Superman or Batman, even as kids. Tiger and Bunny is literally just that. It's superheroes. But there's such a deep story behind it that it's like anyone can take it at face value and be like, oh wow, those are really cool superhero graphics. I want to watch this. But when you finally get into it, it's like there's a lot of story and lore, and it's great finally jumping into it.
So we got hey guys.
She's back. By the way.
I had an emergency. Snow had to use the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that was Snow.
It was all Snow. It was my dog. It was my dog. So we talked about what animes beginners should watch. Yes. What you should watch if you've watched a couple. You have a couple of animes under your belt, and what animes that you absolutely need to watch.
Right.
As an intermediate, and that you can totally appreciate. Right. Now, do you have one more thing? This would be our last thing we're going to discuss. Is there? And this is because I personally want to know. is there a live action movie you can choose that you should watch
Rurouni Kenshin.
All right. Like intermediate expert anime.
Rurouni Kenshin is one of those like anime live action movies that like first of all it's like one of the only one that's done well. Everything else is kind of like I mean you can try it but you probably won't like it.
Okay.
Rurouni Kenshin even the anime for a lot of people that was a beginner thing because it was on Toonami and people like grew up with it. It's super popular and so Rurouni Kenshin has 3 movies. I mean, if that's a testament to something, it's like they made a lot of money off this because these are really, really good movies.
It's the best live action.
Yeah, and so I would totally throw them into that. It's a nice like, say they don't like animation, like maybe animation for them is like, oh, it's too kiddie. Like I don't like it because you know,
FYI,
cartoons and stuff.
FYI, I love how our chat gets along. They're so cute.
Chat, you're great. All right, so
they love each other. I love them too.
Snow, did you have a good poop? Yes, you did.
But yeah, other than that,
Good
I mean,
girl.
there's not a whole lot. There's some sport ones like Prince of Tennis, which is great
Oh
by
my
the way.
god, I watched that.
I love.
I
Prince of Tennis.
was overseas.
I never
Yeah.
watched
Prince
that.
of Tennis. It was on Cartoon Network, a website, and
Yeah,
I was
Toonami Jetstream.
Yeah. I was overseas. I was in Iraq, and at that time where internet was like rarely available, I didn't know what.
Oh yeah.
So I actually watched that anime, and I had no idea it was anime. But that was at the time I was watching Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball, so I knew Toonami was a thing. It was something that I watched. But I had a computer and I would watch it on there. Prince of Tennis. No one ever knows the anime. I never even mention it. So Rurouni Kenshin.
Rurouni Kenshin.
What's a live action movie you think that needs to be watched?
That's the thing because it's already really hard. Like, because that's really the only one that kind of stands out. Everything else is.
Yeah, as like an introductionary to
No, just in general. For someone intermediate to expert.
Oh, it's just because I want them to watch it?
Yes.
Oh, fucking Guyver. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Guyver.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so old, but it's so good. The way they fight and the suit looks so bomb. You know, I actually found that suit on eBay once, and it was going for 3,500.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I don't pretty much
doubt it.
3,500
Props.
and like it was like an actual prop suit, and like I was gonna buy it, but I was like 17.
Damn. I think, it's the one that I have watched. Akira is actually really good.
There's an Akira live action?
No, Akira movie, not live action.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Akira movie, a live action.
We're just talking about movies. If we're just talking about a movie in general, then it has to be the girl who left through time.
That
Not the live action because they did make a live action.
Yeah, I know about
but
that.
the original one, which
There you
I
go.
thought was pretty intensely good. It's like
Okay, yeah, okay, so like let's leave off with that then.
Okay.
And one anime that you would just recommend right now, like straight off to like anyone that's in our chat.
Jalen, I am concerned too. Very concerned. Sword Art should not be a
movie,
live action.
anime. I disagree, but yeah, I mean, I like.
We had Jalen, if you are really curious about our thoughts about the live action Sword Art Online, then you should check out our live action anime episode that we did.
That was the last
earlier.
one. We argued
The
for about
last week
20
we
minutes.
argued a good
It's not
portion of time about that.
dependent
You
on
should definitely
location
watch
or
it.
language. It's a universal thing, assuming it's adapted right.
Anime that you must watch right now, absolutely, definitely. I'm biased. You know what mine is.
Cowboy Bebop.
It's gonna be Cowboy Bebop.
I was like, it's either Spirited Away or Cowboy Bebop.
Oh
One of
no,
those
Spirited
two.
Away. If you haven't watched it, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. But you need to watch it. Absolutely.
But yeah, starter, hands down, Sword Art.
I like
Sword Art, best starter.
I would go Your Name.
What?
What are you
Because
saying? Animes? You're talking about movies?
I said animes
Well, I mean,
or
in
movies.
general. On
Cowboy
top of
Bebop
everything.
movie. There we go.
Because Your Name also because it was also really received well.
It was.
out here.
It was.
You agree that like
it was-
Silent
it was
Voice
like-
should have done better?
Yeah, but the thing is, your name was like a mixture of
It was a slow
all
beginning.
the movies.
It was- yeah.
like every single slice of life anime you've seen, all the good parts taken out. It was a Frankenstein of like slice of life
Yeah.
animes. That's what Your Name was.
Yeah, exactly.
Frankenstein monster. Just
But a good one. A good one.
oh, good. No, it was good. Yes.
It was great.
That was awesome.
I loved it. I cried and it was fantastic.
I brought this one to
Himoto,
the movies with me.
I know.
I
I think
Umaru-chan.
this was one of the very first times I was on hashtag. Actually, around the time Your Name came out, when I first
Yeah.
joined the show, I did an unboxing for a Your Name Funimation thing.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
saw
Jasmine,
that
that was my first show with Jasmine, and she was telling me how like, oh yeah, so I snuck my dog into the theater. And I'm
Yes.
like, why would you do that?
That's still funny as shit. Yeah. Sneaking the dog in the theater, why not?
Exactly, but she
It's-
like barked twice. Like that's why.
She's
not.
a service dog. It's okay.
I would not believe
getting
that.
kisses.
I would not believe that for a second. All right, so I think that's gonna call it quits on.
Next week, are we talking about
I
the
want-
H word?
No.
What?
Oh, Ernie got
No! I like how we just stopped, like, rubbing my head and was like, what? What are we talking
Yeah.
about? No.
She said the H word.
I'm-
I'm curious.
You know what the H word
Well,
is.
do you-
6-letter H word when it comes to anime.
Yes! Yes!
I mean,
That'd be hilarious.
We can't talk about that. Can we talk about that?
I don't know. Actually, to
I
be
don't-
honest, I don't know any on the top of my head. It's like knowing porn, but not knowing the porn stars' names. That's how I feel about hentai. It's like nobody knows.
Oh, I feel really out of place
You
now.
know the name. of
Anyway,
hentai?
so we're gonna move on to next week. I want to talk probably. I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to talk like probably slice of life, romance, sad,
Slice of life.
slice of life.
What's the slice of life?
So
what is that? What would you define that as?
So, have you seen K-On? K-On is
Never
a
heard of
music
Nope.
band anime. Okay,
I don't think she's seen any slice of life.
that's
What is the slice of life?
Slice of
I can
life-
do my
Okay,
homework.
so let's say an anime that doesn't have a lot of action, almost no action.
it's
at all.
basically
it's a drama.
It's a day-to-day drama.
Drama.
You know, let's generalize it as that
Like
drama.
Miss Kobayashi's kind of. No, that's not drama. That's
It's a day-to-day life kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't. It's not the main category. Is not comedy. It's not action. It's.
But
just
Miss
kinda like
Kobayashi would technically
drama.
fall under like supernatural slice of life. It's technically
Okay.
within that like thing. So some animes you probably watch are probably slice of life. But it's
Yuri on Ice, Mike. Mike, are you lying to me? Because like literally this whole chat is Yuri on Ice, Yuri on Ice. Okay, we get it. You're into.
Born to make history. Sorry, I'm
This is why our mic is not on the table
Yeah.
and another one.
Not anymore.
Those covers on YouTube though are great. Like I don't know if you guys have listened to them, but they're fantastic.
Yuri on Ice is. I've watched Yuri on Ice. I watched Free, which I think would be considered sports slice of life.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So then I know.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It was day to day.
Yeah. So like, let's generalize it. Like slice of life drama stuff like that. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, it's gonna get super gay.
I mean, if you say it like that.
Because I'll
Well,
admit
you're
now.
an
I'll
actress.
admit now. There is one slice of life that made me cry, and no movie, no TV show has ever successfully made me cry until I watched this one anime,
Really.
and it just
Oh.
for some reason it destroyed me.
Your line, April. Yes, I'm going to talk about that next
Oh
week.
fuck, that's the one I need to watch.
All right, perfect.
All right, you guys.
And then if you guys, so what we want you to do is after we're done and we go offline, so like 5 minutes after
Yes.
we're done shooting, if you leave a comment under our video, because live chat comments are not saved, unfortunately. I wish they were, but
I
they're
really
not.
wish they were.
Hopefully, maybe YouTube will do that. But after this ends, leave us a comment on our video that we can see later.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what animes you thought that you're definitely gonna check out as a beginner, intermediate, or expert weeb.
Yeah.
Anime watcher level, and then tell us a slice of life anime.
A slice of life, a drama anime that
Leave
you.
us comments, please, so we can.
One.
The show is for you.
And I know someone in the chat specifically is going to hate me for plugging this, but my favorite, it's like my top 2 anime of all time. Sakura So no Pet Nakanajo. And the translation is the pet girl.
Bless you.
The pet girl of Sakura So. It's, Jesus Christ.
Never watched it, but I've heard.
I love this anime. It's a drama, slice of life. The general gist of the anime is that no matter how hard you try, you're always going to fail.
Really?
Whew. I'm plugging that because I'm going to talk a lot about that next week because I love that anime. And so if I talk about that, I don't want to spoil anything for
Why
anyone.
Darrel? Why Darrel?
Who said that?
Cat.
See? Called it!
Why, Darrel?
Boo! Called it. I called it. Anyway, so we're gonna call it quits here. Jasmine, where can we find you on the social media verse?
Oh, yes. So I'm always here every Tuesdays with Kelly and Sam doing Achievement Unlocked, and Thursdays with these two doing our weeb thing, our anime after show. And Fridays, my videos for Disney Bippity Boppity News is released, so you can totally check that out.
She has a new Facebook page too.
And yes, we got a Bippity Boppity News Facebook page, so we can share all the news constantly happening in the magical world of Disney. But in the meantime, you can follow me on all social media at Jasmin Loves You X. I've chatted in here. It's literally the same way, Jasmine without an E and an X at the end.
I'm gonna type the name of that anime so people can find it because it's really good.
Yes.
Where can we find you, Mr.
Currently, I'm only on this show, and I do pop up on a lot of events. I go to most events.
Yes, he's our events guy.
And I do the event stuff. It's fun. It's cool.
Aren't we going to the live?
Actually, next week. There is a Funimation premiere we're going to.
Are we going Fairy Tail? Is that next week?
Yeah, Fairy Tail. That's
happening this Friday and next Friday.
Yes.
Next week. No, you're thinking.
Oh no, that's
Lupin the Third.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are going to Lupin the Third. I'm not going to.
Is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow and the 11th.
But do we get? We'll talk about that.
Anyways, we're gonna be going to Funimation premieres this month, so keep an eye out.
So they have
Lupin
the Third, and then next week we have Fairy Tail.
Yes.
And then so I'll be posting pictures, videos. This weekend going with friends. Couple hashtaggers to more parties. Going to Warped Tour on Sunday.
Oh really?
You wanna come?
Oh my god, I have not been to Warped Tour forever.
DJ's going.
To Warped Tour?
He's going to Warped Tour.
Who's going to be touring at Warped Tour? Who's headlining?
Oh, okay. I'm only going for 3 different bands, and that's Silverstein, Streetlight Manifesto, and my favorite band ever.
It's probably my number 2 anime of all time.
I thought your favorite band ever was...
Screenshot that or whatever.
Kohira Cambria's
I love that anime to death.
Are they there?
No, they're not. But yeah, Warped Tour. But yeah, you follow my Instagram. That's where all the nice, juicy stuff is at. That's _journey, JERNI.
Okay.
Yeah, most people already follow me on there.
And then you don't have any more shows, right?
Not at the moment.
No. Hashtag After Dark, technically.
I'm like, well, for hashtag, that's
really it.
I'm also on Box TV and
Melee. That's right. And then you guys can find me every Thursday here on Anime Super Chat, and then on Saturday, Ranger Wrap Up and Henshin Hangout, which when does that come out? Like Fridays or something like that? I don't know. I don't even know the schedule for it. Anyway, you can find me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What are you doing with the back of my head? What are you? Get your finger away from my face.
Continue, bro.
Darrel J. Delphin on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just add me and stuff like that. I'll talk back. I'm on social media all the time. Anyway.
All the time.
What is happening?
Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please click the like button before you leave. Leave us a comment after we are done streaming.
And if you are new here,
below. And if you are new,
please hit the subscribe button because this chat was great.
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
I would love to have you guys again if you are new here. So yeah, let's do the thing. So hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.
Yeah,
bye guys.
Bye. Peace out.